All right, everyone, it's Thursday. I'm Andrew Dow. Time for our Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit NewYorkTitle.com. We have Steve Glick, Dave Rotiner, and today, introducing the Baker Bass team, Greg Baker and Lisa Bass, two outstanding agents now teaming up. How did this come up? First of all, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Great. Thank you so much.
Let's talk a little bit about how you guys, I mean, you both have been in real estate for a while. Now you're a team. So how did this come together?
Go.
Go.
Organically. It's been it's been a journey, but it's been a really organic journey for us. We've got to cross paths here at Saunders for over the last
years. We've
yeah.
done deals together, which have been really, really nice, straightforward, thorough.
Learn.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you learn a lot about a person through how they do their deals, and I
working
think,
with customers and clients, and relating to other agents, and relaying, the pace of it all. I think has really helped with you and I.
Yeah.
And so when you approached me in March, I was like, oh my God, that totally makes sense. Yes, absolutely. I would love to join you as a team. I've been doing this for probably 30 years. Never really had the time to commit to a team. My focus was outside of working, raising a family and being with them and making sure they're okay. My husband passed away 6 years ago, so the focus was really on the children and making sure that they stayed on track and educating and getting them to graduation, so forth and so on. My last child, my second child, Theo, is in his last year of college.
Congrats.
So yes, one more year of tuition. I am done. But it really opened up a perfect time for me to say, yes, you know what, now I can really focus with the team. And it's wonderful because my alliance is really with our clients and our customers and having absolute undivided attention, which I'm finding out we really do have that undivided attention. I mean, we have texts at 10 o'clock at night. We have texts at midnight, and you're like, okay, I'm up, and let's just send a quick
I think
response.
I think it was we naturally got here based on deals, based on the spark of a friendship, and based on just knowing we could do this together. And I think quickly Lisa approaches pitches and deals with a real quiet, calm confidence. And it's how I navigate. I've always navigated this business. We're in a super competitive business out here. There's a lot of people that just pitch and sell. And I think I think where we're aligned is that we stop, and the selling's always there, but we listen. And I think it's just been,
important.
I feel very aligned.
Yeah, it's great. We've been seeing a lot of agents starting to team up and work together. You get the camaraderie of like having a partner and going through the real estate business together.
Yeah.
And you're able to service the clients better, with giving them more access to you guys and your knowledge, and to cover more territory. Like I know, Lisa, you're based out of the Southampton office. Greg, you're based out of the East Hampton office.
Correct.
And we all know with traffic that could be an hour just to get between the offices. But now you have the two of you. You got really the whole Hamptons covered. From Southampton all the way out to Montauk.
Yeah.
Let me
And we
ask you a
do.
question.
Yes.
Does trust trump everything for a partnership, or does the skill set matter more, and then trust is secondary? Because I always notice with the partnerships, man, you guys are, you could easily hurt each other. You could call his client, or you could hear something and then dip in and strengthen yourself, and you're sharing monies, I assume. So I always kind of curious, is it about the skill set of being a realtor that matters to you when you guys partnered up, or was trust a huge deciding factor? What was more important?
I'll go first.
Sure.
Trust and communication, I think, has been absolutely the foremost of everything. Oh, so sorry. Yes, trust and communication, that's my first line of defense for everything. Anything that I do, really. So I think it just falls down into that category. How about for you?
Yeah, no, it starts with trust. We wouldn't have, no conversations would have been sparked without trust and respect. So that's both respect for what I certainly have seen you accomplish, but how I've seen you carry, yourself through all of this. So, there's a difference between just closing a deal. There's that mix of art and science to real estate, and it's the artistry that I think is so important. We're not just closing deals. We're orchestrating outcomes. There are scores of people, and
I like that.
forks in the roads
Right.
with every
it's the
deal.
process,
Wow.
right? So
Yeah,
it's
that's a good
always
way to
about
put
the
it.
process. Do you know, like when you're so excited to go to a party or like a big event, right? So it's always the preparation for it, right? And getting the dress and getting your hair and the makeup and and then you get there and you're like, well, it was so much fun, all of that process getting to it, and then you get to the event, which is awesome. And so that's sort of like the way I feel with, bringing a family or an investor or whomever, a client, helping them really enjoy this process, because it can be fun.
Yeah.
Can be really tricky, and we help navigate through all of those stepping stones to get to their
we help
goal.
them, our job is to help them anticipate and understand what they probably can't even articulate.
Correct.
So that's a big part of what we do. And Lisa and I have we've both built a lot of homes. We know the process. We know how important land use is to doing deals here on the East End, and I think that's something that that's value we bring to this team and to our clients, is really helping buyers and sellers understand what they're buying. We're selling high value, very unique properties out here.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to live here.
Yeah.
We are so lucky.
Is there a listing that you guys want to touch on that you have now that we should put out there that people should know about?
I think if you haven't had a chance to come by and see 13 Egypt Lane, it's so unique.
It's very special.
It's incredibly special. There's some great history attached to it. The original house was a 1750s timber frame home. In 2013, I believe East Hampton Village enacted timber frame legislation, which enabled that house to be restored, and it was fully restored. And it's a museum in and of its own. It's a time capsule. It's an absolute must see. What's unique with that legislation is it let the remaining GFA or square feet be put into a second structure. So what's valuable and unique and incredible there is to have that mini compound on Egypt Lane South. So you've got your 1750s renovated timber frame house, and then you have this incredible new build designed out of shipping containers. So if you go down the rabbit hole of shipping container design, that's a pretty cool dive on the internet. But they did a beautiful job there. So you've got this new construction home also on the site. So it's something for everyone. It's something very, very special. So too will be the buyer. But it's something very, very special, and we encourage everyone to come over and take a look.
This is right in the village, right? In East
Yes.
Hampton.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it's an unbelievable price for
Great
the area.
location.
Absolutely.
Great
Yeah.
location, and it's two houses for the price of one.
I like it. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Let's talk numbers, Steve. What do we got as far as the breakdown?
All right, so we're going to first start. We had the first half market report finally put out onto our website. You can go to Saunders.com to read the full report. This is the first half of 2025, so the first 6 months of the year. Just some highlights on it for the home sales. The dollar volume for home sales is up 15% for the year. The median price has leveled out. It's still at $2 million for home sales, but sales transactions were up 9%. This is for the first half of the year. So it's definitely a strong market report. However, if we look at the second quarter, just isolating just the second quarter, we saw a small dip in sale transactions for home sales, down 13%. The median price slowly down 2%, and dollar volume down slow 3%. So it wasn't the strongest second quarter we have seen in the years past, but it still made the first half pretty positive. So we're excited to see that. And now we're coming into the third quarter, and August is starting off with a bang. This week alone, there were 40 listings that went into contract.
That's incredible.
And as you recall, last week there were 32 listings. So in 2 weeks alone, for the first 2 weeks of August, there were 72 listings that went into contract. So last week we said, 30 was a high for the year. Now we're at 40 in 1 week, which is incredible.
That is great.
So a year-over-year increase of 48%. 2 years ago, this same week, there were 18. So it's an increase of 122% from the 2-year mark. The breakdown of the 40 transactions, there were 2 over 20 million, 6 between 5 and 10 million, 12 between 3 and 5 million, 3 between 2 and 3 million, 9 between 1 and 2 million, and surprisingly, 8 under $1 million. So there were some properties there under $1 million. The dollar volume was $167 million. Last year was $129 million. Increase there of 29%. 2 years ago, $73 million in dollar volume, so an increase there of 129%. 42 new listings came onto the market. So again, another week of 40 plus listings coming onto the market. That slowly increases the inventory by 2 listings. The breakdown of the 42 new listings, 1 over 20 million, 3 between 10 and 15 million, 7 between 5 and 10 million, 12 between 3 and 5 million, 13 between 2 and 3 million, 5 between 1 and 2 million, and 1 under $1 million. Inventory is at 1,987 total listings, 1,544 active, and 443 in contract. So great start for August. That should continue as we're coming into our second selling season, which is pretty much September through Thanksgiving. So September, October, and November is a selling season. We're expecting to see a good amount of listings go into contract as we turn the calendar next couple weeks to September.
Do you think this, little increase or significant increase has anything to do with people anticipating a rate cut?
Possibly. Yes.
But yeah, this time we're always seeing historically we're seeing an increase in listings going into contract. It's been slow for the past couple of weeks, and now it's back up. So it's probably going to level out for the year, but it could be related to that, or it just could be, there's more listings coming onto the market, so that gives people more opportunities when they're thinking about selling their home. What am I going to purchase? Now there's more options for them to purchase, so they say, all right, now's the time to list my home because I'm going to look at more properties, not just a small handful.
Marry the house, date the rate.
Yeah.
Love that phrase.
Yeah, don't worry about that rate.
No.
Find the house, you love it, do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the rate matters. The rate matters a lot.
To some, but the rates, you can always adjust that rate.
That's
You
correct.
can always
You
change
date
that
the
rate.
rate.
You can't change the house, right?
That's
you
right.
can. but
I'm married
it's
to that rate.
It's a lot harder.
I got a 3% rate.
Yeah, you're married.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm married to that one.
Very true
Treat that rate
commitment.
well.
That is
You
true.
have 2 marriages there.
So, Lisa, to that point about, we're talking about the number of properties going into contract. Beforehand, you said how important pricing is,
Yes.
with houses.
Yes.
So you just maybe elaborate on that a little bit, because I think it's kind of everything.
So yes, I've watched actually 2 homes, one in East Hampton, one in Southampton. One in the Southampton Village came on. I was super excited about it. It was listed under $4 million. Went to the exclusive agent. I'm like, I'm excited. Can I show it? And he's like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Done. Gone. He goes, I priced it right. I'm like, yeah, you did. It's amazing. Same for East Hampton. There was another very good house over on Great Barber. Listed just shy of $3 million. Within 2 months, it sold over ask at 3.1. So I think, when sellers and agents, are in a line and they understand how to price it accurately for this market, it's going to be a home run. It should not be sitting onto the market for 6 months.
Right.
And I think I think we see that in that data. I think there's the median. I don't think there's been a great, if any, median change in the all market, which tells me that prices are efficient. Meeting of the minds are happening.
That's right.
I think sellers know that they need to be realistic. And buyers, the buyer demand is there. If the value is there.
Right.
These are all discretionary purchases. We're not selling.
And they're smart buyers.
They're smart. We're smart, sophisticated buyers, and they can wait. So if the value's there, they'll jump in.
The other thing too is that I think a lot of sellers will say, well, let's start it here. and we can always work down. And I know that's the popular thing. The thought would be that maybe we can get the home run, but the reality seems to be, with every agent we have on the podcast, that priced correctly,
Yes.
always, that is the home run.
That is the home run, right? So because time is your most important asset, right? Let's get in, let's do our job, and get out. Move on.
That's it.
Like it.
Dave, what do you got this weekend?
Yeah, lots of nice events this weekend. First and foremost, we've got the 30th annual Ellen's Run, which is taking place August 17th. That's a Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. And it runs until like... I didn't do that on purpose.
I hear it.
I didn't do that on purpose. It runs until about noon. Everyone knows
I've done
about
that.
this run.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
this has been going on for a long time.
It's a great.
It's a signature event of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation, which celebrates survivors and honors those we've lost and supports critical breast cancer programs.
Yes.
And my mother just got over breast cancer. It's out there, man.
Wow.
It's out there. She's fine.
Good. I'm glad
But
that
it
she
was
is.
very,
Great.
very scary.
Yes,
So,
it is. It's very real.
So the more money that's raised for this, the better. It's kind of amazing how it's definitely not the end of the world now. The way they detect it now so early. So
Right.
it's all because of things like this. So definitely support the 30th annual Ellen's Run. Then on let's see, we have the Saunders Fridays at 5 this week, correct? So Fridays at 5 this week is on Friday at 5 p.m. And it's at the Bridgehampton Library. Bring this up every week because Saunders and Associates sponsors it.
Yes.
So you got to go to Fridays at 5 this week on Friday. And then if
Is
you
it at
can't-
5?
Yeah, that's at 5.
Thanks. Good.
Yes.
Double check.
So then, everyone knows what ARF is. That's the ARF Adoption Center. Is that an acronym, ARF?
Animal Rescue Fund.
Oh, yeah, duh.
I
There
adopted.
you go.
I knew that. I
Yes.
totally knew that.
It also,
Yeah.
okay.
I
We
like how it's
adopted
just
our
ARF.
dogs from there. Yes.
Ah, great marketing meeting. Somebody just nailed that one. Anyway, there is a ARF's Bow Wow Meow because of cats.
Bow wow, meow.
Bow meow meow.
Yeah, there you go. Ball. So this is also a fundraiser.
So sweet.
This is August 16th, 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. So it is a real party. This is at the ARF Adoption Center at 124 Daniel Hole Road in East Hampton, and it's going to be a very elegant evening there with music and food, and there will be a garden tent, and I'm sure there will be lovely animals running around that you can adopt after an evening of cocktails and fundraising. So you should go to that. That's also a great cause.
I can tell you all about the dangers of going to events.
Yeah, you
With
adopted
adoption- with adoption
You
agencies.
walked away with the dog out of nowhere. I forgot
That's
about that.
me. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
great
That
though.
was so funny. And then, so we wanted to ask you guys what your favorite restaurants are in the Hamptons.
Oh, excellent. Sure. Doubles in Amagansett is amazing. And also, I think that they have a place in Sag Harbor.
Yeah, they just opened that in Sag Harbor as well.
And then
That's just like a
Rosie's.
lunch spot, though, right? Doubles.
Yeah, but it's so good. So good.
Right.
And it's right there in the square in Amagansett. They have picnic tables outside. It's really great. You could do takeout.
Yeah, I had a
just
burger
sit
there
down.
once. It was good.
So
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty good.
Rosie's also. I don't know if you guys have been to Rosie's
You're
in
like an
Amagansett.
Amagansett person, yeah.
So that is really good. And then my all-time favorite is in Southampton, which is the Plaza Cafe. However, I think that Doug has the owner just shut that down and has opened up Phoenix, which is where Le Chef used to be. So I have not been there
So
yet.
did you buy the building?
Yes.
Because that was for sale. Okay.
Yeah, I think that
I thought it was
he's-
called Phoenix, but whatever.
I don't know. So I'm going to take your lead on that. I'm just so excited
I like the way you're saying
to
it.
do it. So we're going to hopefully get a
Yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix.
You know, it's fancy.
We're going to get a gift certificate for our concert in the parks next week
Yeah.
that Greg
Oh,
and I
hell
will be
yeah.
hosting and at Agawam Park. So come on down and get a raffle for that restaurant. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What are your favorite restaurants?
I love doubles. I'm glad you brought that one up. And then I'm old school Sag Harbor, Il Cappuccino. Those
So
garlic knots.
good.
Oh man, I haven't been there in so
Yogi
long.
Bear in a picnic basket with those garlic knots.
Oh man, I'm going. You know what? I'm going there this
Yeah.
weekend. I haven't been there in years. Ugh, that place is so good.
That's Old Faithful right there.
Oh, my
I used to
God.
go there when I was a kid. So the garlic knots are amazing.
Well, it's one of the only restaurants left where like you get there and they just immediately present to you something amazing,
yes.
which is this big giant basket
Of
of
happy carbs.
yeah, of just
Smothered
garlic
in
knots.
garlic and butter.
And then you look at the menu and it's just like
Wow,
all
there's more?
pastas. And then they bring out the pasta and you're just like, oh god, this is just amazing.
Heaven.
It's an institution.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. That's all I got. That's your weekend.
Nicely done there. In case you weren't aware, we are in the Bridgehampton office, which happens to be right next to the Bridgehampton Fire Department.
Right.
So that explains the fire whistle going off in the background there. But nice job keeping it. Thank you for joining us. Good
Thanks
luck
for
with the
having
new
us.
endeavor. I think
you.
obviously
I'm
you
super
guys are gonna
excited.
be. Yeah, you should be.
Yes.
Two successful people now coming together to be a successful team. It's great. Good luck going forward. Good luck as we go into the next selling season.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we'll have you on again.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Thanks so much, guys.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Everyone, thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Dowd. Have a great weekend, and that is what's happening in the Hamptons.